Wetbrain Cheeks.
Always the longest part about it.
Always
the longest part about it.
You know, I thought it took ages, but we're back.
We are back.
Season 3.
We're past the. We're like season 3. If a series gets to season 3, you know they're doing all right. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that tricky third season though, isn't it?
Look, nothing tricky about this.
Had to bring in new characters.
Exactly. You need to introduce some fucking. You need to introduce a bit of animosity between the people to keep it interesting. Do you know what I mean?
Love interest.
EastEnders didn't
a
stay
love
on
interest.
for so long.
Sexual tension.
Yeah. Well, there's always been sexual tension. Season 1, right through. Sexual tension's there.
Well, the reason we're doing it is because of sexual tension, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Microphone sex. When was it we recorded last? End of March.
Yeah. I think it may have been actually before Bonnie's birthday, which is the 27th of March, because I wanted to get it all done and out of the way before.
I think it was week before.
Yeah.
Week before, I
wanted
think.
to get it all done before the birthdays and Mother's Day.
We recorded pretty well on that one, actually, yeah.
I enjoyed that episode.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
But we knew we were going to take a break after that, so we were like, let's go for it. Didn't know when we were going to take a break till.
Well, I think the whole point of it was to have a lengthy break, but it doesn't seem that long because I took so long to put the last episode out.
Yeah, like the episodes are out, like,
I think
not that long ago.
I put the episode out in like May, even though it was recorded in March. So you've actually been off for nearly 2 months. It'd be 2 months next week.
March, April, May, nearly 3 months, man.
March. No, it'll be only April.
March, April, May, June.
Yeah, it will be, 3 months.
Nearly 3 months, yeah. Didn't feel like it though, did it?
No, it feels like, but only because editing the podcast and listening to the podcast,
trying to get the episode out, like, yeah.
You feel like, and I've been quite active on the old social media, so I feel like I've been doing it for the last month.
I have not.
I know you haven't.
I don't.
Do you know what you want to see?
In case people are wondering, I do nothing. Like, I literally do nothing.
How hard it was to get Oni Heggs to do that skit in my gaff the other night. It was unreal, and it actually turned out all right. I quite enjoyed it.
What skit? I was just in your house.
Yeah.
I just showed up for that phone call.
I've watched it back a few times, and I actually think it's underrated.
I don't think it's out long enough to be over or underrated.
No, it's underrated.
I don't think there's a rate on it.
I know, it's up on IMDb.
89% Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. But,
certified rotten.
Certified fresh.
Certified
fresh, bro. But yeah. It actually has been a serious gap. It doesn't feel like it though.
No.
Because I've done fuck all in between.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot
Not
either.
all that much has happened.
No.
I think we needed that though.
I like a long time of doing fuck all.
We've mentioned it previously. I'm not getting into it again. But the one night of recording can wipe us out for about 4 or 5 days. Like. Which
is why we have decided that Wetbrain Cheeks will be coming, because we had always intended to be a weekly podcast. It just clearly by season 2 you can tell that did not work out. We did do it to our best of our abilities for season 1, but for season 2 it didn't work out. So Wetbrain Cheeks will be a monthly podcast. We will be recording it every 3 weeks, and the podcast will come out on the 4th week. So hopefully that allows us to maintain doing the podcast at a regular pace.
Well, I mean, it might change slightly.
Yeah, you might get it sooner here and there sometimes.
What I mean? But we're giving it the month.
It has to be the month because you need recovery time.
Just with everything else going on as well. Like, it's not our full-time thing, so it just kind of makes more sense for us as well.
We have a full-time
job. And then we were trying to like rush episodes to get them out. I was like, we want to do it as soon as possible. It just seems to makes more sense to do it this way.
Quality was shite sometimes as well.
But then if things free up in our own spare time, just do another episode. Fuck it, why not? Sure, who knows? We could just put out a double feature or something like that.
Yeah, true. If you have the time,
maybe. Probably not.
More
More like we won't even meet the fucking deadlines we've already set.
No.
But sure, look, in that time,
the intention is there.
have you been doing that? I don't even think we've really seen each other that much. We've been
No
ish.
I think we might have seen each other a handful of times, other than obviously coming up to do the skit.
Which was horrible.
I haven't. Yeah, that was so awkward, but so great at the same time.
It was only us doing it, and it still just felt so uncomfortable.
I will eventually put up. There's outtakes of it, and I'm sure the outtakes are humorous as well. I haven't watched them.
And behind the scenes shit, it's
behind the scenes stuff. Because Amy was recording ourselves doing this thing.
And I think that might actually be better than what came out.
Yeah. Hey. My directorial debut, man.
Yeah, it was alright. That was my acting debut, I think.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio in This Boy's Life.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio on What's Eating Gilbert's Great.
Pretty much, actually, yeah.
Special needs. But,
whoa.
have you not seen that movie?
No, I have, yeah. I just didn't expect you to just casually, What do you have on your sheet of paper there?
Loads. And it's in a Sharpie. Yeah, no, actually, I went to Hamburg, actually. Good.
Yeah,
very good. Very good.
Nightlife. Hot dog.
No, I'd highly recommend going there. Didn't think there was much there to do. If anyone's going there, go to the Reaper Ban. It's like a mile long of just nonsense.
What do you mean? Like, what is it? Like a...
It's like, honestly, right, there's one area called San Pauli or whatever it's called. And
like the football team.
Yeah, that's it. They're like a second division team, I think, still. But it's like...
Alkaline Trio heavily endorsed them.
I know, yeah. That's what I was saying that while I was over there, but nobody wanted to listen to me.
So I was looking at that.
Yeah. There you go.
Good
That's
buzz.
why I got a t-shirt over there, a San Pauli one as well.
Nice.
£50 or something.
Yeah,
so
they're only 40 quid in lifestyle.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Nah, this one's like a jersey or nothing like.
No, this just...
Is that a thing now? Is that
Pauli, yeah.
I won't wear that again. Fuck that. I'm
Lifestyle sports
hipster.
sell them 40 quid.
Lifestyle sports sell San Pauli.
You bought it for more expensive in the place.
Yeah, but they kill shit anyway. But that whole area is like, Hamburg's like cool. City centre's like, it looks like an old city, whatever. But you go to this one area, you can tell it's a bit more nightlife-ish. And then the Reeperbahn itself is like literally like a mile long of just like pubs and nightclubs. And then you even go further down, turn left, there's even like the seedier fucking spots. We went up there is like a whole like
a red light district
up there, like it's
nice,
seedy as fuck. But then we went into one pub as well. It was like you couldn't even fit anyone into the fucking thing, but everyone was just smoking in the pubs. All it just like, it's like lawless area, like, do you know what I mean? It's good,
seedier than.
But if you're going over there, it's like you wouldn't be expecting that. Like, oh shit, phone just hit the deck.
Oh,
but yeah, you go to the main city and then you see that base. It was good. I would highly recommend it. Like,
seedier than where we were in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Seedier?
Yeah, no, like, well, parts of it, but it was like...
Because Copenhagen was dodgy in the parts that we went.
No, but that was dodgy. This is more like... It's... Right, you go into one place and it's good buzz. You go into the place next door to it, like... And literally all in one strip, everyone sits outside, whatever. You go into the next place and it's fucking... It's rough, like, do you know what I mean? You can tell, like, the heads that are going around is like, something dodgy going on in here. It's just like that the whole way down the road, strip clubs, everything. It's good.
Nice.
Very.
What was your hotel room like?
The hotel, very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, it had this, now this was unique, I've never seen anything like this before. The bathroom door was like a slide over thing that had a hole through it, but it was just green glass, but it's like so see-through. And the shower is like so see-through, right? And it's just right beside one of the beds. So literally, if I'm in the shower, you just see silhouette, like pure, clear as day silhouette of someone in the shower.
So is that the picture that
well, so I had to check out how fucking clear as day it is, so obviously pushed my body up against it.
Yeah, and sent me the picture.
Bollock out, everything, yeah. Got a picture taken, sent it to you. Obviously, immediately, penis out, pushed up against the glass.
Yeah, and do you know what? Not a bad outlook. Why would it look like
Gonzo from the Muppets? It looked like his nose. The curve.
Tree trunk out of Adventure Time, man. I swear to God. Speaking of penises, actually, right?
Curvature.
Speaking of penises, do you know, right?
Speaking of penis.
I know we speak of penises regularly, but speaking of penises, do you know why the penis is shaped the way that it is? Why it has that mushroom shape?
Like it goes out.
Like the head, the head of the penis is the shape that it is, because it hasn't always been that shape. It's an evolutionary thing.
I think I've got one of the old ones because mine doesn't go out that much at the top.
What do you mean? You don't have a mushroom shaped dick? Like, does it not like curve? Like, do you not have a head on your dick?
Yeah, I do, but like
Just straight like an
I
arrow.
just don't think it's to the extent that everyone else's is.
So you haven't evolved, is what you're telling me. Would you like to know why it's mushroom shaped?
Barely. I think I've half. Anyway, go on.
I'll tell you. I'll
It's not
tell you.
about mine.
I'll tell you why it's mushroom shaped. Can you have it? Actually, no. Before I tell you, have a guess why it might be mushroom shaped, because I had a theory on why it was mushroom shaped, and I'll tell you my theory.
Right, can I ask one question?
Yes.
Is it for the sexual reason?
Yes.
Right, okay. Because it could have been something else, like
what?
I don't know, light a fire.
Yeah, rub a few sticks up against
Yeah.
it.
I don't know why that would make any difference.
Put a tech deck on it. You make it as a half pipe.
Quarter pipe.
Oh, quarter.
But I'm gonna say, right, this is my guess. Now, caveman shit, this is how far we're going back, is it? Like?
I'm not too sure when the
Right, so say they're trying to stay warm, they put it in there to sleep, and it would lock in. No?
Right, hold on, right. Now, first of all, my reason was way more modern than yours was.
Oh, I'm talking like
Caveman times.
we're gonna have to lie here to keep warm.
And just...
This bit's in the way. Shove it in. Lock.
But what if... that mean you'd have to be erect the whole time you're sleeping? Otherwise
They'd
it'd just
probably-
fall out
man,
like
they
a
probably
fucking...
fucking were erect the whole time. They didn't know what was going on.
So everything was arousing.
No, simpler times. Think about it now. You want to get a boner. You know when you need to get a boner, yeah? Back then, they just got boners and like... Sometimes up, sometimes down.
Look at them two rocks.
Now it's like... You're getting boners when you don't want them these days. And then when you do want them... Look,
Sometimes.
76% of the time we're probably not getting them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Because the pressure, the brain, the mentality, they were just like, I'm going to club this fucking seal. I don't know if they did that. Light a fire and lock me penis into the woman for the night.
To keep warm. Okay, well that's not why it is.
That seemed like such an obvious reason.
My theory was that it was something to do with the G-spot. So that because it was shaped that way, when it was on its way back out of the vagina during intercourse,
You try and grab it.
it's basically it's literally rubbing off the G-spot on its way out. Do you know what I mean? Because you go in and then you pull it back out and it's rubbing off the G-spot,
Oh, I'm learning stuff.
right? But that's not the case. That's what I thought it was.
But why would it be in their anus the whole time? Is that not where the G spot is?
No, that's where our G-spot is.
Oh.
The female G-spot is. Are you serious? You're
Obviously
31
I'm
years of
fucking
age.
joking.
All right, okay.
Jesus.
I was like, fucking hell, man. I'll tell you the real reason. All right. I'm not too. I have
something to do with underwear.
I did try and research it a little bit, and didn't really get the results I was looking for, because obviously I wanted to know what shape it was before it became the mushroom shape.
Google would not allow it.
The Google just wasn't having any of it. But they did a study, I think, in and around 2002, 2003, to figure out why the dick was shaped the way the dick is shaped. But basically, it's to do with the fact that back in the day, like back, as probably not caveman times, but quite far back, male and female, it was literally, if you had your partner, that was your partner for life.
Right.
So your dick was used to this partner's, like your dick was equipped for.
I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Well, your
But
dick
I didn't. Boy said sleep
kind
inside.
of, but your dick is equipped to be with one person.
It's molded into their shape inside.
Not the person shape, but it's
Their
basically
vagina.
No, it's not, because your dick can't just shape.
It's not in there
built,
all the time.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? No.
How you slept together? Like
No, it's built for literally only built for fucking what's the word? Having sex with one mate for the rest of your life.
yeah, this one getting at.
Right, but listen to me. Having sex for one, but as time went on and women started to take more sexual mates,
Sluts.
right? The penis had to evolve into this mushroom shape, and the reason for the mushroom shape
It fits all.
is to scoop out other people's cum.
Oh my god!
I swear to God, that is the scientific reason of why a penis is shaped the way that it's shaped. It's to scoop out the female's other partner's cum. So if you're having a one night stand,
Ew!
if you're having a one night stand with no Johnny, you're scooping out somebody else's jizz. Jip.
Yeah, well, mine's not
Some
that
might say-
mushroomy anyway, so I'm alright.
Some might say jip.
That's weird that you say that.
Jip?
Yeah,
Why?
I'll tell you why. Anyway,
Okay.
that was such a weird story, man.
There you go.
I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
I did not think that's where it was going.
Yeah. Are you not impressed? Are you not impressed with my knowledge of mushroom jip?
Mushroom jip. Mushroom jip.
Also, while we're on the subject of jip, actually, this is off the cuff.
Shovel dick.
Did you know that the little white flowers that are placed in bouquets to basically give the flowers volume, like you get a bouquet of roses and there's little white
Yeah,
flowers
no,
around it,
yeah.
are called jip flowers?
I do not know
So
that.
you can get jip for your roses. So the reason I found this out was because a colleague of mine, right? A colleague of mine went to Woody's and started going around asking people, did they have any jip? Could you find me some jip?
That's a joke?
No, didn't know that jip was another word for semen, and was going around Woody's asking people for their jip.
18 yeah, loads,
Yeah,
man.
I'm fucking
yeah.
I'm backed up with the jip. I'm actually so backed up, it's glazing over my eyes.
Yeah, I'll give you loads out the back of the garden centre if you meet me 15.
But yeah, there you go. 2 facts.
2 people shagging out
10
on
minutes.
the fucking topsoil.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'll only get me mushroom out and scrape it. I did not expect that.
See, that's why I wasn't going to tell you.
You did tell me.
Well, I told you, but I wasn't telling you before the podcast.
Yeah, that is information that
It needs to be.
I think I'm gonna have to double check it, but
Oh no, I've done.
who knows?
I've done the studies.
You just said you couldn't find the information.
No, of what a dick used to look like.
Oh, yeah, actually,
I presume it's just straight dick.
Some are still. Mine's honestly not that far off.
What? I don't believe that you've now like curvature on your head.
Not huge, like.
You know, curves on your head. What do you mean not huge? I'm not talking about like fucking.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't actually. Do you know what?
Describe-
I've never really thought about it that much.
Describe your penis.
Describe it.
Describe it.
No. Yeah, you know, just your average dick.
Is what it
Just trying to make a living.
is. What it is. Jesus
That is
Christ.
some good dick talk.
It's been a while since we've done some dick talk.
Has it?
Oh, probably not. Our last episode was literally something to do with wanking.
Yeah, a lot. You were weird.
It wasn't weird.
Speaking of dicks, actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, I was thinking about this the other day, right? Now that I think about it, I was thinking about it the other day. That's what I just said.
What do you think about it?
Sometimes. But, here, what's that? White jocks. Why are people obsessed with white jocks?
They're a nuisance.
Yeah. Calvin Klein's or whatever. 30 quid a pop. Don't get me wrong. The lads look good in them.
Oh, yeah.
But if I try to recreate it, like any white jocks, first of all,
No.
they look fresh. You put them on going out, you're like, yeah, good buzz. One night out, fucked.
I haven't worn white jocks since I was about 10.
I got a pair a while ago, yeah. One night out. That's it, they're done. Gone. Like, these weren't expensive, but lads are paying like 30 quid a pair.
Oh, a night out. I can't even wear like a fucking
So the next
pair of
day,
white jocks to box spar.
the next day, the front are yellow and the back are fucking brown, man.
Yeah,
I don't care
like-
what anyone says.
How are they doing it? How are they keeping them so like
They
David
wouldn't even
Beckham,
shit. They
David
wouldn't even
Beckham,
shit on a night out, but these are just like stuck your hole.
David Beckham doesn't wear the same pair of jocks,
It's
the
just
same pair
brown
of socks.
sweat stains. Like.
You need to be
Rich enough to wear new white jocks every day.
Every day. But what happens though, right? If like fine, they're white when you put them on, then you get somewhere later on, maybe get down to business, and your fucking jocks are yellow and brown.
And it's not just on the inside. That's both sides. You see that. And the other jocks, yeah, all right, skate on the inside. You can hide that,
You can make a skate.
You can hide that.
You make a skate too.
but it's see through. It's double sided skid stains.
Yeah, yeah. I told you about me shit myself, didn't I?
You did?
I did.
You haven't told
yeah.
everyone else about it.
Oh, what was it, about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago. I got a Chinese. And
Can I ask you, was that the same night the place you wanted to order from was closed?
yeah,
So you wouldn't have shit yourself if they weren't closed?
I don't know, because what I put it down to was...
You're not putting it down to the food.
No, you know when you're so hungry that you actually eat everything way too quick.
And it flies through you.
And it literally comes, you put, like, that last bite goes in and then it just starts coming straight out.
You wouldn't be surprised if a full chicken ball came out your hole. Like.
No, but that's basically what happened. So I literally did my last bite, put the fork down and had to go straight up to the jacks, right? Went up, took a shit. A shit. The word shit is being generous. It was not shit. It was something else. And I struggling there. I did it, and my stomach was bubbling like for the whole night, but I didn't feel like I needed to shit or anything like that.
The BGs.
Because I got it out, but my stomach was literally just going blah, 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 for the whole night. And then that was it. Time to go to bed. I was like, yeah, right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a smoke before I go to bed.
Time to go to bed. Time to go to bed. Like literally as if you have a bedtime.
But Amy went upstairs and I said, I'm actually going to have a smoke before I go up. And I stood at my counter where the fish tank is, rolling me smoke. Like literally just rolling it. And I tried to let out what I thought was a little fart. And it was a full blown poo.
It was half your inside.
Like it wasn't even like a shart. It wasn't a shart. It was poo. I shat myself, like proper full on shat myself. And I was wearing pajama bottoms and I whipped my pajama bottoms down real quick, like instantly, because I felt the warmth of what was about to happen. And I fucking whipped them off so that it didn't seep through to them. And then hobbled up the stairs because I was like, I was like, Amy, throw me down boxes. And then I went, well, actually, what am I going to do with the boxes on me and the shit that's on my arse? Like, so then I had to like hobble up the stairs and clean myself and throw my boxes straight in the bin.
I do enjoy a good shitting yourself story.
Yeah,
it's normally me. So
yeah. It's actually been about 7 years since I shat myself like that.
I
like,
wish I could say that.
The last time I shat myself like that, I was on the way to Tesco and I had to turn swiftly around.
On my way to Tesco's.
I had to turn straight around and go back home.
Tesco's is fucking scary though. It would make any man shit themselves.
Yeah, the lights themselves, man.
Yeah.
So, you know the way you mentioned at the start of the podcast, season 3, having a few new main characters.
Season 3 is tough.
Season 3 is tough, so we need to bring in some new blood, bring in some people that might challenge our own views. Do you know what I mean? People that might talk equally as much shit as the rest of us. By the rest of us, I mean me and you.
As us.
As us.
Yeah.
Not the rest of us, as us. We have someone coming on.
Yeah.
Double XL. Irish rapper from Dublin. Who dabbles in multimedia, but who also had a gig last week in Whelan's on the 8th, I think, on the Wednesday. And judging by the looks of things, had a fucking great crowd. We were supposed to be there. We had planned to be there, but couldn't really be there.
So the new character was actually better than us.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Like at least. No, fuck that. No way. Yeah, a little bit. No, he is. Yeah, he is. He has his shit together. We don't. He's all over the multimedia.
He's doing us a favour.
He's doing us a favour by coming on to us. So yeah. Do you want to talk to him? Do you want to talk to him? Like, you don't have to. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh no, I don't like really talking to anybody.
Alright.
I barely like talking to you.
We just leave it.
We should go on. We get him on with the fucking crack.
Right, go on.
I'm a landlord, making more money than a gang lord, landlord. I'm raising in the ranks like I'm raising up your rent. Can't pay this month, good, I got you a tent. It's an extra for your dad and a one for your man, and a little baby in her belly, wow, wow, wow. You say I'm a leech, I'm scum, drink a bleach. So, away with that, don't mind the mold.
Cameron Mason,
Hi,
welcome to the Wetbrain Cheeks podcast,
Wetbrain and Cheeks.
where dreams crumble, never happen, they just crumble instantly.
This is where they got to die.
Yeah, this is where dreams go to die. Unfortunately, how are you?
I'm alright. Kind of recovering from a bit of a cold. Made a big recovery today off the 1-2 uni flu,
Nice.
which works really well, surprisingly. Like for days, my first time taking uni flu, and they have a lifelong customer now. Pretty much.
They're the double-sided ones, aren't they? One half of the tablet is like white and the other half is red. One's for soothing and one's to help you sleep.
One that I got was like with vitamin C, so it was like one was a long tablet and one was like a vitamin C tablet.
Yeah,
and you take both
it's like
at the same time.
It's a 2-tablet kind of thing.
Yeah, it's 2-tablet system, so it's pretty good.
I took them once when I had a bad, like, I thought it was like, I don't know, bad chest, bad snotty nose or whatever. They were out of date by like 2 years, right? And I took, I was double dropping them, I swear to God, right?
Right.
And I think they put a fever dream on me. I don't think I was that sick. I think they were that out of date. They fucking put me into like a state of euphoria.
So you took 1-2 uni flu as literal.
1-2 uni flu too many kind of buzz like.
1, 2, 3, 4 uni flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're a believer of the uni flu.
I actually, now I am. I was a bit of a skeptic. I was a bit of a uni flu skeptic. You know, I was going to the anti-uni flu marches and everything like that. But you know, a couple of days on, I'm not autistic and I feel a bit better. So, you know what I mean?
Uni flu gate is a real thing. Uni flu gate is a real thing.
Literally, it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. To be
pretty
honest, I've
insane.
actually, like, people have asked, like, not asked me to take uni flu because that'd be a bit strange, but have, like, said, hey, if you feel like shit, take some uni flu. I'm like, no, I'll just take 2 paracetamol, or I'll take a bit of some Solpadeine or something to make my head feel better. Like, do you know what I mean? But
yeah, I always thought them ones were like glorified painkillers.
yeah,
If you know what I mean.
but we have established that they're not.
Well, we know now, 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you
flu's
have
in the
Did you
name.
have COVID, Cameron, or
Ever.
I had COVID last year, and I had COVID once last year on my 21st birthday. After my 21st birthday, and
happy birthday?
I was
From
as
COVID.
sick as the dog. I was as sick as a fucking dog.
Really?
It was pretty awful. Yeah, it was horrible. Lost my taste. My sense of smell was fucked up. I was
You got
like,
the whole thing then.
oh, the full shebang. Like,
You got the real COVID.
yeah, exactly. Like, I could say I'm a survivor. Like, because it was fucking insane.
You
Like-
didn't get that Sunday market COVID.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You got
No, yeah,
It's
I didn't
almost
get
like
that
it, but not quite the same
asymptomatic
thing.
shite. Exactly.
Not
Like,
that
I didn't
worse
get.
for
I got the full on package. Like, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I lost track of time. Like, I was quarantined because it was like height of lockdown. I lost track of time. It was just the entire experience was days. And like for a year, my smell was fucked. My taste was fucked.
I've heard a few people saying that. Like, it's not just like
It
you
was-
lose it for a bit. It's like it goes.
Yeah.
It varies. It varies for a lot. Do you know? Actually,
I've had 1 or 2 people say a year they've lost it for. Yeah, and you're saying the same thing
type-
now as well.
It's weird because like then certain types of chicken or certain types of meat, like it's very strange. But I looked up online and apparently it's very few people have experienced it as well, where certain types of meat and chicken taste like hot dog water, and it was the worst. And I essentially like broke the law and went to Spain for a month last year as well, during the height of lockdown, and like over there,
If you
know,
get a knock on
meat's
the
already
door in
different.
a couple of minutes, it's not your shooting, it's the FBI because we're
Oh
recording
yeah,
this whole thing.
yeah, no, it's grand, like it's grand.
Stitch up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a stitch up.
We knew about this,
I-
Cameron. We knew about it.
I allegedly illegally went to Spain last year for illegally, but I actually went for educational purposes, and I have the documents to prove it.
All right, you don't need to convince us. Like, it's okay.
No, well, listen, I had to have the documents for last year. You know what I mean? But yeah, so then like the meat is already different over there, so it was just
Yeah.
kind of double on top, and it was just horrible. It was I couldn't eat properly for like ages.
Like hot dog water is what you're saying.
I actually was with a girl.
Not
once.
even like a nice
like-
hot dog, like a hot dog water.
I
It's just
get
gross.
what you mean. I get what you mean. Like if your ma or someone was making hot dogs in the gaff, what's left in the sink afterwards just sitting there swilling.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
smell it,
yeah.
but you know what the taste is.
No,
Or like the ones for like 50 cent out of Aldi and you
Yeah,
microwave
and
them for
straight
like,
out of the jar job.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was-
it's just, they're disgusting.
genuinely, I was once with a girl when I was about, say, 15, whose breath smelled like, you know that initial smell when you open the jar of hot dogs?
Yeah.
That's what her breath smelled like, and
That's
it was
the
horrendous.
yeah, that's what I'm describing. Like, that's what I'm
But that's what
talking
things
about. Like, you know?
tasted like to you when you were.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's strange. Some things like when we were in Spain, I ordered KFC. I had to get the original recipe chicken because that was different and didn't taste like the hot dogs. It was very strange.
I had COVID three times and didn't feel anything once, genuinely.
You were a bitch
Um,
one time.
I wasn't, like, but I didn't lose anything, do you know what I mean? Like, I was
No,
quite...
you're run down the bits kind of
I
feeling.
was under the weather, like, as I said the other day, I was run down last week. I had, like, everything from, like, my nose smelled like an infection right down to my ear, to my jaw was killing me, all the way up here, it was killing me. Tested myself loads of times, now COVID. And then I got pink eye on fucking Sunday morning, and it was just like this
gross.
fucking... Oh, it was horrible. Anything to do with the eyes, man, I hate. I genuinely hate it. So I was proper gross.
Yeah.
Somebody secretly rubbing ass on your pillow, like that's
Probably the kids, to be honest. But like, probably the kids.
definitely our missus.
But yeah, probably. But yeah, I actually felt worse.
Your kids.
Yeah, I've two kids. All
All right, grand, perfect. Just
not some randomers' kids.
Yeah,
shitting
yeah,
on my
no, I was
pillows,
just wondering. That's why I was trying to.
No, I was outside his gaff handing tenors to kids, going, go in there, rub your hole.
Yeah,
on
go
the
in, yeah.
pillows, like,
How did you have keys to my gaff?
look.
No,
It's actually not hard to get into your house.
No,
but
it's
I've watched you sleep. But I haven't had
Listen,
COVID.
Darndale, yes, are
I
known
mean
for
that I
creeping
haven't
ghosts.
had COVID club.
Yeah, you've never had that.
Very nice. Must be nice.
It is good, actually, yeah. I didn't have
Yeah.
to burn an orange peel on my cooker and try and get rid of
Oh.
Just see that everyone's doing like burning orange peels and all this mad shit.
I tried that. That's Chinese propaganda. That's just more propaganda, you know.
If it's
out
coming
by the
from
Chinese
TikTok, it's
government.
obviously Chinese propaganda. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just all they push. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
When the lads are like, oh, I tried that orange peel thing, debunked. As soon as I done it, debunked.
You know, you get rid of COVID. Try framing a picture of Xi Jinping to on your wall and then just praying to it every night.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy all Chinese products. That's how you get rid of COVID.
Use a bit of. I actually.
Here, hold on. We didn't get on here just talk about bleeding COVID.
It's quite interesting though. It's quite interesting hearing other people's fucking experience of it.
Yeah. To be fair, Camus, yours sounds bad actually.
Yours is actually like nearly what they
should
told
be.
you it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it really sucked. But then that's the only time that I got it. But it fucking sucked. Yeah, I had a really bad flu this weekend, like extremely bad.
Do you reckon it was being run down from the gig and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, I think it was that, and then like because my throat was already sore from the gig, and then it just like on Saturday, boom, just fucking hit me.
Just spoiled out.
Like, it was gross.
We did actually mention in the build up to yourself coming on about Wednesday the 8th of
Yes,
when you played in
yes.
Whelan's.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go? The videos looked outrageous.
It went fucking amazing. I'm currently working on the gig like movie.
Really?
We captured like the entire gig. We got this guy in Ben looking for a friend photography on Instagram. He's like I put up a story, and then some girl who I met like once sent it to him, and he texted me like 2 days before and was like, "Yeah, I'd be up for it." He was fucking amazing. He done a great job.
I
Did he
actually
document the whole thing, did he?
I had a
Yeah.
I had a little scroll on his Instagram, and he is beautiful. He's a beautiful
Hey,
man.
he's
gorgeous.
lovely inside and out. Like he's a sexy human.
His work or just him in general?
Both.
Love that.
Yeah. And yeah, so we captured the entire gig. Like the video is like 40 minutes long, you know, different like camera angles and shit. Like it was insane. It was kind of insane. Shout out to the Whelan sound engineer. You're a fucking prick.
Why? What the fuck?
So essentially, like I requested him to be there like an hour before. Sent him a bunch of emails. Never responded. Came in like an hour and a half later, something like that. And was like, "Sorry, man, I was at like these festivals the weekend." Like that place is run on fumes. I don't know. It's run by like Oompa Loompas. I don't know who runs it. It's crazy. And yeah, but so he's like, yeah, man, sorry, and it proceeds to be the most snooty sound engineer. Well, they're all apparently. I didn't hear it before, but apparently they're all snooty. Like they're all really like
above
everybody else. I'm a
like.
sound engineer. Yeah, you know, it's not an instrumental. It's a backing track. It's like, shut up, man. Shut up. Like you're 40 and have long hair. Shut your mouth. And like so he came in and I was like, yeah, man, so it's pretty simple. Like I just want to record it and I just have instrumentals. And he was like, instrumentals? I was like, yeah, you know, like a thing that you play at the like in the background. Track, like? And then he goes, oh, you mean a backing track? All right, man, you know what I meant. Shut up.
Yeah.
Fugazi, the wazi, the woozy. Fucking insane.
I can guarantee you, if you said, hey, I've got a backing track, he would have been like, oh, you've got instrumental.
Oh, you're instrumental? Yeah, I know. It's fucking gross. Like, just trying to like set the ground of him being on the hierarchy. And then anyway, he recorded the gig, forgot to press record like until like the fourth song in.
What?
Lucky that the camera's audio was actually great, and so it's not very noticeable in the video. But like, if the camera's audio wasn't good, like I would have fucking snapped. Like it would have been so annoying. Yeah, because then in the front, but you know,
you would have lost more or less the whole recording of it. Like, as well, like.
Exactly, which is like we're not planning on doing another gig ever again. So it was, you know, that's why I wanted to capture it.
Do you think that he took the piss a little bit because you weren't this fucking
a band
or renowned artist? He took
we had a band as well. Like we had a band supporting us, Circa.
Yeah,
who were fucking amazing as well.
What are you thinking? Because your act is not like associated around being a band, like, do you know what I mean? It's like not his thing. Like he doesn't give like
maybe like, but it's so simple. Like that should be easier for him. Like it's harder. It's hard to like record a band. Mm-hmm. It's easy because you just have to record my mic audio.
You just
you have the backing tracks there. You just want your voice on top of it.
And you know how I knew that he forgot to press record is because when the fourth song comes on in the audio, you can hear him it starts like clipping into the left ear and stuff, so like you can tell that he was like, oh fuck, and then like fucking mix it on the go. It was how so
do you
annoying.
Like if you're up doing your thing and then you hear that, like you're thinking, oh
well, no, I didn't hear it until I went home. Yeah, like because it was all grand at the gig, like the mic audio and everything like that. He just forgot to press record, really.
He was already a hassle to begin with, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It was already a hassle.
What is that like? Is that like that's his job? Like, why does he have to be dickish about it?
It's fucking crazy. That place, like people, I was like saying to other people, like I was like, so I've never done a gig. I'm not music or like sound tech savvy. Sound tech is completely different to like cameras and fucking like editing software. Like it's so different, and it's not like I still get really confused by it. And I went in like a week before, tried to pay for the gig, and they were like, no, it's grand. And no, I'm not dissing Whelan's because like everyone else there was a fucking legend. Like they were so lovely.
It's actually like 100% my favourite venue in Dublin for gigs like itself.
It was my first time there as well. Like I'd never been there, only when I was performing. And like, but your man who like runs the production and stuff, like he was lovely. Like I couldn't speak hard of him. Like he was so nice. But they're like, if they were any more laid back, they fall over. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. Like I went in a day before and I was like, oh yeah, so I just have instrumentals. So like, what do I need to bring in? Like, will I bring them on USB? Will I bring my laptop? Will I bring my phone? And they brought in a sound engineer, and he was literally he was just like this. And I was like, hey, yeah, could I? So how do I bring my instrumentals? And he was like, just bring everything. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you have a phone and a laptop? I was like, yeah, just bring it all. Bring it on USB as well.
Bring it all, bases.
Bring it all.
Yeah, exactly. It's just insane.
Was it the case you just show up, whatever plugs in and works on the day, just use that?
I have no fucking idea. Like, and I was like, so then I went and I was like, I had to like ask a guy who doesn't work for Whelan's, but like just knows this kind of stuff. And I was like, hey man, do you know what to do? And he was like, yeah, this. And I was like, oh, grand. Like that was it. It's all they had to fucking tell me. But yeah, it was a brilliant venue, so nice. Such lovely guys, and it was a fucking great night. It was very funny.
Yeah, the videos did look great, to be fair. And we had actually planned literally the week before. I only texted you the week before the gig, because it popped up. I think you had the post. Not the album hadn't been released yet, but you had a post up about the album being released, but it was sponsored on Instagram. And I
ran an ad. Yeah,
genuinely, I swear to God, man, I was in my gaff and I was like, oh fuck, I need some inspiration for Wetbrain Cheeks season 3. I was like, we're gonna be start recording soon. I was like, I need something to fucking catch my eye. I need something to fucking be worthwhile to even fucking look into. Like, do you know what I mean? And your thing popped up, and I was like, what the fuck is, like, what is this? Clicked in, and I was like, that's fucking class. And then literally, I messaged you, I'd say about 3 minutes after listening to. I went onto your Spotify. I think. Dirty Old Town.
Yeah.
I listened. It was the first thing I listened to that, and then I was like, we have to get this guy on.
A classic, an absolute classic. Like.
Absolute classic. I've got notes about Dirty Old Town as well, because it has one of the best lines I've ever heard in a song. But yeah, and then you replied pretty much straight away, and then we got the ball rolling. Like literally straight away. Once I mentioned session, you were on board.
I'm down for like.
Are you drinking Pratsky? Is that what you're drinking?
I am, but it's not like it's not out of choice. It's kind of out of necessity, because my Mexican student, God rest his soul, like left us yesterday, and
like is he dead?
I just got back to Mexico, so
I was like, oh shit, what do we say?
He just left us.
He left a couple of cans of Pratsky.
What do we say to that?
This is what I got in the will. A couple of cans of Pratsky.
Here's 6 Pratsky.
It's disgusting. I had Pratsky.
Enjoy the sore stomach tomorrow.
I bought 6 cans of Pratsky last week purely to save €1. Like I could have got 6 cans of Krapaki for tenner. It was 6 for 9, so I saved £1. And I bought it and I regretted it. I had to go to bed. I literally had to go to bed after that. I swear. Like Krapaki's alright. Like, it's okay, and it's fucking.
It's just like it's one up. It's €1 more. Just on like, so it's like just one more level.
No, cheapy beers aren't cheapy anymore. Like, it's just beers now.
No, it's literally just beers now.
But I think you're just stuck in that hole. Then you just don't want to give up.
I actually like Krapaki. I even drink them warm, man. I don't actually mind that much.
This time it'll be good. This time it'll be really good.
Yeah. I promise myself every time. Now, my favorite.
Chasing that dragon.
I have a hobby, right? And my hobby is to drink cans on the train, right? Which is a dangerous hobby to have when you get the train home all the time.
He uses the term hobby very fucking loosely, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, this is like...
It's a loose term for alcoholism.
One of them danger sports.
Yeah,
when I wake up, I have a can of Pratsky. It's my favorite. It's my favorite hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I do is, my hobby is not the drinking of the cans, but to stand at Malahide Train-station and watch people watch you drinking cans, because they hate it. They are disgusted. If there's no gig on, they are looking at you like you're the scum of the earth, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And you can tell
that connecting train.
You can tell,
right? It is a different feel. Like, you can drink cans in any train station, it's fine. For some reason, Malahide hits different.
Oh, you can actually feel.
It's weird, and it depends what can you're drinking as well.
Yeah. Oh, if
you're drinking out of a plastic cup and it's a Guinness or a whatever out of a plastic cup. Oh, they're just making the train because they had to leave the pub.
They're going somewhere, like,
yeah.
If you're
sitting there with a fucking a Tilburg or something like that.
Tilburg is posh now.
Since when?
Since it costs fucking £14 for 8 of them, like, that's when they're posh. Like,
Bring your mindset and who cares whereabouts we go? We're gonna have fun, just let the track flow. Let's go to Bosnia. Bring your mindset and who cares whereabouts we go? We're gonna have fun, just let the track flow. Let's go to Bosnia. Bring your mindset and who cares whereabouts we go? We're gonna have fun, just let the track flow. Let's go to Bosnia. Bring your mindset and
Cameron, I have a question, because
Cameron. I thought you said. It sounded like you said Karen, didn't it?
Listen, I don't want to get into this.
Anyway,
these racial
project.
Ethnic terms.
Soy project. We go back.
I have a question for you before, because I do want to talk about some of the tracks on the album that genuinely excited me. But I have a question which I asked Owen at the start of the podcast, which was, do you know why the penis is mushroom shaped? Like the head of, not the penis itself, because that'd look a bit mental, but the head of the penis is mushroom shaped.
I read something about this recently.
Please tell me you did not read the same fucking thing.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe I couldn't, but I couldn't tell you. Like if
you were to have a little stab in the dark.
Yeah, which I did earlier, and that didn't end very well for me. What I said,
but because penises weren't always that shape, they became that shape because of evolution. And my initial guess, right, when I found this out, was that
it's something to do with the vagina or something like that, I think.
But
it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue.
No, but listen,
what'd you say?
It's on the tip of
it's on the tip of my tongue. On the tip of my tongue.
But honestly, right, my initial guess was that it was to do with the G spot, so that when you're going into the vagina and back out, it gets the G spot on the way back out, right?
Okay, right.
Which is, yeah. So that was my initial thing, like that it gets the G spot on the way back out, and that's what it's for. What would your, like, if you to take a stab in the dark, what would you say?
I just think like it's like the way, you know, how Lego pieces like fit into each other. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it was just kind of like a complimentary thing.
That was my thing, but I said it in a weird way at the time.
That's kind of literally what he said. But
that's what I said. Like, it just fits in. Just stay there.
The reason for it.
It molded it. Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
The reason for it is because, obviously, before evolution took place on the penis, basically the whole thing about man and woman was that man and woman would stick to one mate. The female would stick to one mate, so the penis was shaped differently. But as time went on and women started to take multiple mates, the penis changed shape so that it could scoop out other people's cum.
That was it. Oh my god, that was it. That's what I read. Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
We're cum scoopers. That's what we are.
Cum scooper.
As people. As men.
That's
sorry,
not my dick.
Men.
That's my cum scooper.
if you're kind of like, it's like I understand it because it's like a ladle kind of.
Yeah, it's
kind
of.
No, it makes 100%. Like, it makes sense so much.
Yeah.
But you'd never guess it.
I was saying to Owen that
very dirty.
But what do you do when you pull it out? You flick it off or what? Or
no, you just don't know.
Listen, that just goes to show. Even evolution says it. Like, horniness will always get the better of us. We can't.
That's it. That's always
we
the
can't
downfall,
even, like,
I think.
We can't go like, oh, she's had sex with Og and Igor and Bing Bong and, you know, whatever, all these cavemen. And it's like, I'm still gonna.
You know,
and Igor's the worst cunt around here.
You know what
yeah,
they say.
exactly. He's like a Neanderthal. Like, he's one up above us, and like they're still gonna.
You know what
they're still gonna do it.
You know,
like Igor, he invented the fucking wheel.
I've had like 5 hoofs of beer. I'm still gonna put it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care if
I don't care. I'm tired. I killed a mammoth today. I need to. I fucking need to. I need to recreate.
Cum is thicker than water.
Exactly. So.
This is it. We're gonna do drink of the week.
And then go from there.
No, that was my intro into it, you fucking
That's what I'm saying. Oh, sorry, you're actually starting now, eh?
Yes, yeah. So what do you reckon? Drink of the week?
Yeah, do it.
Drink of the week. So we have the most teenager drinks that we could have possibly got for the first drink of the week, even though it's a drink of the month now. So we've got Wicked Cocktails, yeah. Tropical Sunrise.
Tropical Sunrise, is it?
We got Tropical Sunrise, and we have Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon's actually alright.
So, but these are like
You know you've been stuck in the airport drinking Blue Lagoon. You know you have.
But these are pre-made cocktail drinks. So we bought a bag of ice and cocktails.
Wicked mixes, are they?
Yeah, Jungle is massive.
Jungle is massive. Are you going with the?
Wheat
You
Keeps.
going Blue Lagoon? Yeah.
I can't believe we're gonna swap anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, no, fuck it, we go. Tropical Sunrise. Why is it poured like a beer?
We're asking questions that I don't know the science to.
I don't know what's in Tropical Sunrise, but shut up.
Cheers.
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 Sláinte.
That just tastes like Cool Pop. That tastes like a blue Cool Pop.
Is that your first time trying that?
Oh yeah.
Blue Lagoon's nice, but does that taste like a weak? Does that taste like a weak Captain Morgan's orange?
An orange. No, I can smell the mango off it straight away.
Yeah, well, fuck mango, but
You can't just fuck mango.
it kind of does.
That's nicer than the Blue Lagoon. That is tasty.
Nah, Blue Lagoon, that tastes like Wetherspoons, man.
No, that is actually one of the most.
It does taste like Wetherspoons.
That is one of the
That's
most
alright, yeah.
refreshing drinks I've had in a while. Holy shit, man!
There you go. There's the whole.
I tried the Blue Lagoon. I haven't tried the orange one.
Oh,
Or mango, is it?
holy shit!
What is it?
Why am I giving you the two glasses? It's
Tropical Sunrise.
orange and passion fruit blended with citrus, strawberry flavors.
So
and vodka.
you said you can smell the mango, but it's not even a fucking drop of mango in it. Orange
No.
and passion fruit.
It's passion fruit that I can smell.
Passion fruit's good though.
Yeah,
That's actually alright.
I actually really enjoy that. Like, I
Pour
know it's,
yourself a full little glass there, dude.
it's not going to get us locked.
You've earned it. You've earned it.
Thanks, pal.
What's the percentage on it?
Only 5.5 per bottle.
For the whole bottle?
Yeah, so it's like
What's it, like a
Oof.
litre bottle?
it's a
700 mils.
700ml bottle for like the equivalent of a craft beer.
Yeah.
One craft beer.
I'd say go for the Tropical Sunrise. Don't go near the
No teeth left by the end of it, 100%.
Blue Lagoon.
Diabetes in
It's
the
actually
glass.
alright, you know what I mean?
So,
Right.
now that
We have that
that's
out of the way.
that's sewn up, that's just a requirement of the podcast.
Anyway, back to me.
Yeah,
Back-
exactly.
back
Yeah.
to you.
Sorry. I can see you there. Trembling, itching, waiting for the.
The
Freaking out.
the main question, I think, actually, before we go into the album was, obviously, you mentioned that doing music and stuff like that is not your first passion. And probably, maybe the main passion would be art and media.
Yeah.
Which would actually probably be why the video of the gig itself is more important nearly than the gig in hindsight. How did the music thing come about?
So like music. So anyway, I always wanted to do like comedy or like film or TV, you know, something like that. And so I was doing that for like fucking years. I started like doing it properly, like pursuing it as like a career.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Just from even talking to you on this, I got the impression of you that a stand-up would be something you'd be very interested in.
Yeah. I've
that'd
done
be-
stand-up before.
Yeah?
You did stand up before?
Yeah. I'll get into that as well. Bit rough, but
Sorry, no.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry for cutting across like that, but
no, it's grand. It's
somebody
grand. No, that's good. Like,
as soon as I started talking to you, I was like, you would be the type of character you would need to have to do stand-up. Like, I'd never want to do that. I love to talk bollocks and talk shit and be funny, but you have the actual character to do it. Is what I picked up from you almost straight away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I whatever, like, when I was younger and stuff, I'd always like make videos and shit like that, and just like even on my like my little shitty like BlackBerry and stuff, like playing my toys when I was younger and showing my nanny and stuff. And I was doing that for years or whatever. Went to Dunboyne. Do you know where Dunboyne is?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. In Meath.
Yeah. So I went to Dunboyne college because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get film as a career or whatever. And so I went to Dunboyne College because it's like a course where like you learn coding and all this absolute shite. I sunk into like depression for like a year after that. Never talked to anyone in my class. Skipped the college essentially. Dropped out. And I was like, all right, grand. So I'm kind of like lost now, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll do film. So Then I started doing film like summer of 2018, and made a portfolio for Ballyfermot at college and BCFE, and done a film course there then. And like one of the first films that I done, like, got me nominated for RT Creator of the Year, which is really cool.
Really, that's actually deadly. Yes.
Yeah, I never done that with it, so fuck you RTE. But
was that like a short or something like that?
yeah, it was a short called Fuck It. Some stupid like Casey Neistat inspired motivational thing, just because like it was more like of a thing that I needed for that year. Because
that's cool. I get that.
Of like the depression and stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was nominated for that and went to like this thing called MediaCon for RTE, and it was just like this. It was this stupid fucking thing where they invited us, like the creators of like Vikings were there and stuff, and we all went up on stage, and some guy won it for. He was a really cool guy, like I still know him, but. Yeah, the people at RT like literally couldn't give two shits about us. They were like, you have my contact, like just text my phone if you want to. Like couldn't give two fucks. So I went and done like RTE and stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
RTE were like that.
Yeah, RTE. Yeah, exactly. There was like
they're normally real
like,
sound about shit.
Yeah.
They done a panel where it was like the head of comedy at RTE. And the guy was literally...
There's the head of comedy at RTE.
There was the head, of comedy at RTE, and he was just like this... He looked like the Gestapo. He looked like Gestapo or something like that. He was fucking crazy. He was literally like... He was like this, like... And then when they introduced him to talk, he was just like... Yeah, it takes like so much money to make comedy. Like, we actually have such a small budget. He was like talking about the budget as if he was like their accountant.
He was like basically killing you off before you even had an idea.
It was crazy. I was like, oh, thank fuck.
It's mad though. Like,
it costs so money to make a comedy.
From my
not even like he was talking about like the fucking budgetary constraints of making comedy. He's like, man, what do you want about? Like, talk about like how you're supposed to make people laugh and stuff. He didn't crack a smile or a joke once. But like, the entire thing.
Comedy can be guerrilla style, 100%, and still be successful and cost literally nothing. But can you remember, like, even back in the day, like RT2, not RT1, RT2 was fucking really good for comedy. Like, even panel comedy, the panel and stuff like that. There was loads of comedy which was actually really good. And over the last, say, 10, 15 years, has just, they don't care about it. It just dropped off.
It's crazy. Like, if they, like, so I watched Hardy Books recently. I'm just kind of going off the tangent here. I watched Hardy Books recently for like the first time, like in not recently, like in the past year, and whatever. Like the first two seasons are class, and then there's 4 seasons I think of it.
Yeah,
and then in the last 2 seasons they like cut the episode numbers in half, and as well, like, you notice the technical downgrade in the first 2 seasons. It's like they have these TV cameras that they use to film on, and then in the last 2 seasons where like they come back, it's like they gave the crew like these €600 like DSLR cameras, and none of them knew how to like use them,
make it look good, like
like none of them knew how to like tint a color balance or anything on them. Like it's crazy. Like the contrast between the technical contrast between those 2 seasons alone is bizarre, just because RT was like, yeah, no, I guess these guys like made this, so just give them this. It wasn't like, oh, this is, if we push this could be one of the most successful Irish comedies ever.
But like, shouldn't that
they
be?
Didn't guide them,
but not even that. It should be the opposite way around. Like, it should be literally be a comedy start, like any comedy, not just Irish, any like American. Like, you see a pilot, it looks like shite. And then as
it gets better in production.
Yeah, season 1 looks like shite. Season 2 might even look like shite, and then you get to kind of season 3ish, and it's a bit more polished, a bit more fucking production.
Yeah, exactly.
Production wise.
No, that show actually is more formulaic as it goes on. I still love Hardy Books, and I'm not like dissing the guys. I like when I watched the last 2 seasons, you can tell RT was like, yeah, okay, have the Viper do this thing this episode, and then have a guest star come in.
More
guest stars in Hardy Books. What are you talking about?
From RTE, like.
Yeah, guest stars in Hardy Books. What are you talking? The first 2 seasons of the show have some of the funniest.
Some of the bits in that are unbelievable. Like, it's
the funniest things. Like,
and it's the most relatable thing you can imagine.
All the lads coming from the local towns because they use their internet and stuff is one of the funniest things ever. Like, it's so those guys are, and what your man who plays the Viper, like what he's doing now on YouTube. is comedic gold, and they're shooting themselves in the leg by not giving that man a budget. Like
It's
what he does on
brilliant,
his own is fucking
what's
crazy.
one of the ones where he's sitting there, goes, "There's your man over there. What's his name, like Fish, something, whatever." He's got no fucking shoes on, man. It's just like
It's so
the smallest things
so
like that.
funny.
That was at the start, like funny.
And you can tell that they're all improvised. Like those guys, the funniest parts of that show as well are so improvised, just because those guys play so well off each other. Like,
but then sorry,
Oh
no, you can.
no, I was just saying. But then when they put the money into it, they get controlled by what. And
Exactly, because Ortiz
Irish
just-
people just don't know what's funny. Like
No,
they
it's fucking
ruin things
crazy.
that are already good.
I don't think it's necessarily Irish people. I think it's the hierarchy in these.
That's what I mean in the media of Irish.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
execs. It's the execs.
They're old school as fuck. Like, these are probably the same guys that are still in charge, who were the guys that said no to Father Ted. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are probably the same guys that said no to Father Ted, still running the place, and then Channel 4 got
Just
Father Ted and
mates.
fucking ran with it. Like, do you know what I mean? So,
And it's fucking crazy.
Like, Hardy
Like,
Books is probably like the most recent example of what you said. Like just
but it's
Yeah.
there's been nothing since. Really.
worked so hard to get it. Just
like that show, The Young Offenders, has like some pretty funny like plots and stuff. I've seen like clips of it, like, and I think
the
actual
movie that
plots
came
of
out,
the
the
show.
original movie itself, I actually was like
I did-
surprised by how funny that was.
I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then
No, I enjoyed-
the
I
series
enjoyed the
was
film, yeah.
okay, and then it just
Yeah, I didn't watch the series properly. I've just watched some like clips of the episodes. I'm like, oh, that's actually a really funny idea for a plot and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
expect that from an Irish show. But like, just in terms of comedy, man, like there's
Yeah.
fucking
even
nothing.
that movie
It's
when it first
crazy.
came out, in terms of like a movie coming out
But
for an Irish movie, like it was a very like basic plot of basically
Yeah.
someone had to get that bag somewhere of like the like, kilos of whatever it was, coke to somewhere. It was the most basic. The lads were good in it, very funny. It worked as a story. It was ridiculous but funny. Because most Irish stuff that comes out, I actually dread watching it a lot of the time. It's hard to watch a lot of Irish things.
But if you think about it, right, like a lot, right, say the two most successful. Like, I know there's been stuff in between with the likes of Hardy Books, which was successful.
Savage Eye's brilliant as well.
The Witch,
Savage Eye.
Savage
Yes.
Yeah, very funny.
There's been loads of stuff, even the panel, Podge and Raj, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
There has been loads of little stuff in between, and Podge and Raj was
Naked
great.
Camera first couple of seasons.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
there's been loads of stuff.
I used to have them on DVD.
Yeah, same man, yeah.
But the most successful Irish comedies in the last, say, since Father Ted came out, have been produced by an English company, which is Father Ted and Dairy Girls.
Mrs. Brown.
Which are two fucking Irish shows produced by an Irish company.
What about Mrs. Brown? What about Mrs. Brown's Boys, the hit sitcom?
Not into it.
Come on. Come on.
What about the Mrs. Brown's Boys movie where Brendan O'Carroll dressed up as a Chinese man and slants his eyes?
I mean, he's right.
But that's so funny. That's like pure comedy. That's just hilarious because he talks like this and he has slanted eyes. Isn't that so funny?
Like, that shit hasn't been done
Weirdo.
in like fucking Hollywood since the fucking 80s. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Brendan. Oh no, he's a moron. He's insane. He's just an insane person.
He
He's
used
crazy.
to be funny
He's
originally.
He's Aaron Medea. He's
His
bizarre.
old stand-up used to be actually really good. His very old
worst
stand-up
thing
used to be good.
Yeah.
Before he done any of that dressing up shit, it was actually quite good.
It's just
But-
crazy. It's insane. But yeah,
There's I think there's genuinely a lot of Irish, like the stuff at the moment.
There used to be good Irish comedians too. It's just
No, there's still good Irish comedians. The stuff that
there's kind of been a resurgence now of Irish like comedians and stuff. I think in recent years on like social media and stuff.
yeah. Oh man, like Tony Cantwell,
Tony's brilliant.
he's brilliant. Yeah,
unreal man. Like genuinely funny stuff, and they're actually tapping into stuff that they know other people find funny as well.
And as well, like they're not like chicken fillet roll comedians either. You know, where it's like house coat or
yeah.
fucking thing. You know what I mean?
No,
Like it's just it's not that
genuinely
type of
funny
shit.
stuff. Like your man, what's his name, Michael Fry, and Darren Conway, who was also pretty good.
I like Darren.
Another
Conway.
fella from Finglas.
I like Darren Conway actually.
That was actually going to be one of my questions, Cameron. Are you from
What
Finglas?
about? Yeah, I am. What about today? I'm on the Wetbrain Cheeks podcast. Can you guess who I am?
Do it again.
Today we're talking about the tragedy in
Oh, your man,
9/11.
oh,
fuck.
it's it.
Your man who does the locations.
Namaste. What's his name
He does
again?
the
Yeah.
Yeah, meditations for the anxious.
Yes, yeah,
geek.
he done one in Balbriggan actually as well. He's very, very fucking good. He is
actually.
brilliant.
He is.
Today
Do you
we're
know
going
how
to talk
simple?
about the tragedy
Do you know
of
what he's
9/11.
done? It's so simple, so brilliant.
There's loads of
No, but I don't mean simple as in like it's not good in what he's doing. I just mean like if we'd have done that right, we used to do stupid shit like that back in the day. And people would laugh at us, say you fucking fools, you dopes, this, that, or the other. Doing that now, it just is like the perfect time to do it. It's brilliant. I love it as well. Like it goes to places just literally look up the most random shit. Namaste.
I'm in Kimmage where they used to do the satanic rituals for chicken fillet rolls.
Yeah. Down in Balbriggan. What was the one in Balbriggan? This is where the home nightclub used to be. Everybody went down here to get drunk.
He was in New York recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's even
He
like
was talking about the tragedy of 9/11. This is where the two planes struck the twin towers.
I actually didn't see it.
And I'm enjoying a nice
Very
pizza.
good.
I'm just messing. He was in New York, but he didn't do that.
He's brilliant, though. He is brilliant.
Would have been funny if he done that, but
That's
he's doing Muju partnerships instead.
No, we will have some. But that is the. There's no such like Irish comedy is not fucking dead by long shot at all.
It's moved on because I think stuff like that is more accepted now.
Well, like.
Whereas I think, like 10 years ago, like obviously, what was it, you're 21, 22, whatever. I remember 10 years ago when I was 21 looking at shit, it had to be extremely funny to be funny. Yeah. But now I think comedy has changed over that time, especially in Ireland. That
it's just everyone has a voice now. Social media,
comedy, stupid. Like it's not.
Even like if you look at it, even like 10 years ago, right? Say Owen's 3 years older than I am, so when he was 21, I was 18. Even back then, like there was no skits online or anything like that. Like you really had to dig deep for the skits. Like, do you know what I mean?
We tried to do our own.
We did have a few skits here and there.
I used to do stuff like that on Facebook as well.
Yeah, we tried, and it's like
really embarrassing stuff. But it's awesome.
It's all shy. It's all really bad. It's very, very bad.
We were basically the stuff that we used to do was Dirty Sanchez / Jackass type stuff. And like
skateboarding mixed in and just the stupidest shit.
We did it well. Like we actually did some fucking horrendous shit, but it was never going to fucking work out. Like,
I think if that was released now, it would probably kick off.
Do a little bit better.
Yeah, it would. More people will watch it. There's nowhere to base off. We were doing it on a fucking video recorder that had a tape in the side of it, and we used to have to somehow get it onto a desktop computer.
Yeah.
And YouTube only existed about 3 years after that.
Now, YouTube.
I didn't upload all this shit directly onto YouTube.
10 years ago, YouTube was prominent.
Yeah, we done the first one about 15 years ago. Man.
No, yeah, no.
I just had these for my own personal fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Cameron, I know we were asking you about your endeavours.
Yeah. Got a bit sidetracked.
You're very in tune with multimedia and stuff like that. And I know you have your preferences. But you did make an album.
I did.
And
I'll actually get into the origins of it because I didn't. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, I've been doing film professionally since like 2018, and but I've always done since secondary school. Like I have like recordings and stuff of like of rap. It's like making my own raps and stuff like that. But I haven't a clue about music. Like I took music in school, but it was literally like maths to me. Like it was fucking crazy. I just didn't understand it. And anyway, and then I stopped coming to do music for a while and just focused on film. And then flash forward to like in the pandemic, like it was like the first lockdown, you know, when it was like a month or a month and a half or something like that.
Don't go to the fucking playground or you will be shot.
Yeah, literally. Like I was literally just going on walks and just like not doing anything essentially, except going on walks. And I started messing around with GarageBand like loops. GarageBand has like a loop system where like they have all these like they have like hundreds and like I think thousands of loops that they bring in, that they have in their software, and you can just mess around with them and make the music out of them for free. And they're like insanely customizable. You know, like you can change around the chords on them, the progression, everything like that. Like it's not just like if I make a song with a bunch of loops, it'll sound the same as someone else's.
Yeah.
Because like you can properly mess around with it, but it's very user friendly. And so I started messing around with that, and then I was like, funny, I make like a bunch of songs, like an EP or something. And I started making songs. The first song that I made was voicemails from my dad, which is funny because it was actually like one of the last songs that I completed.
I actually have a question about that song. Funny enough.
Yeah. And yeah, so I made that, and then I was like, I'll make some more, because actually I watched this comedy duo online called Super Mega, and they were releasing a comedy album, and I was like, oh, class. And if you listen to one of their songs, it's called Brand New Shirt. It was like the first song that they released. I was like, oh, cool, I want to make one too. And then I made voicemails for my dad, and actually this instrumental kind of sounds similar to that in the way that it's and like the keyboard, in it. But yeah, so that happened. Then I was like, oh, I'll make more, I guess. And then I was messing around with instrumentals for ages, trying to figure out the looping system. And then as soon as I figured it out, I like just went like full on. I was like making, I'd get up in the middle of the night if I had like an idea for a song. I was just like, oh,
you clicked it, you know how to fucking
yeah. And then it's like as soon as I learned that, I was like, oh, full on. I can make music,
Because obviously we're fucking about with it before, because lockdowns at the time, like
the best
1 hour felt like 7, 8, 9 hours at a time. Like,
exactly, yeah.
So you just clicked it one day.
One of the questions I did actually have was the productions on the album, are they all yourself, or like are they?
Yeah.
What way do they come about? Is like.
Yeah. So GarageBand done this thing. They started doing this thing actually as well recently. I think they were actually doing it as I was making it. I started making songs, and they started introducing producers into the loop system. And so they got like Lady Gaga in, they got like Dua Lipa in, they got like the guys who produce for Lil Nas X in.
Kind of like Splice. Splice does the same thing.
They done like they got like a bunch of, and like Mark Ronson and stuff, and they got a bunch of like high-end producers to come in and make loops for them. And so it's like all these different loops, like they're all made to blend in with one another, and it's like it's insanely. I don't know how they do it. Like, it's fucking bonkers. Yeah, it's so weird. Like I could take a loop from one of these tracks, from like the Chinese Oriental music track, and infuse it with a Mark Ronson loop, and it works like seamlessly. It's crazy. And so sometimes like they don't work. You have to kind of tweak it a little bit, but for the most part they do.
Was this going on more because it was like a lockdown thing? They were putting more of this shit out, or?
I don't know. Maybe. I think that was probably the thing. What happened with it? Because they have loads now, and it's fucking.
Now, fairness, amazing. I'm asking these questions. Dean would know more than what I would know. I don't.
Yeah.
I use Splice, which is essentially the same thing. It's like just a massive database of loops and stuff like that. But for every loop, there's like one shots and stuff like that. So you can build your own beat from what they've given you as well. So you're like, you could have like a drum loop, but then it will like section them all off. So you can just take the cymbal from that loop, or you can take the bass, kick, or the snare, or whatever the fuck you want from that loop as well. Or you could just go with the loop. It's up to yourself, which is what Splice do. But they do it from other artists as well, like, but kind of in that same way. But I found it fucking amazing. I used to have to download. So cool. Genuinely, used to have to download like drum packs and stuff like that off U-turns, and trying to get new drum samples and stuff like that.
That wasn't illegal though, or nothing.
No, never. But it's only like £8 a month when I got it. Fucking, I was like, holy shit, this is like more than I know what to do with. Like,
so is that where you went with it from there? Like, it was all like you did, like, but like when I listened to it, I thought it was like it sounded like a finished production. I thought like you got some sort of like studio space.
It does.
Yeah,
It does
no.
sound like that.
Do you know, I recorded the vocals on this mic.
Serious,
No
yeah?
way.
Nice.
I
nice.
did the entire album on my phone. I did the entire thing on my phone over the course of like 2 years. Yeah, whenever the pandemic started. Yeah, the first lockdown.
That's unreal.
Yeah, I recorded it on this mic. Well, I have another headset that's the same as this in my wardrobe, but the mic broke, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't get a different mic, or else the album will sound different." So I had to like track down this
The same fucking
headset.
headset, like.
Yeah, I had to like go onto like some Chinese website because it went off Amazon to like try to track down the same make of the headset. It's just funny. And then yeah. So I came up with the name of the album first because as like a joke, because I said to like my mate, "Oh, I want to make an album called Voicemails from My Dad," and I was like, "Oh, cool. That's actually I'm gonna keep that name for something." And then I made the first song. I don't know. I think maybe Dirt Yellow Town was second. I had a different chorus at the time, but essentially what you hear is like the exact same from the like original recording. And yeah, then like from then on, just kind of on and off, like 1 month could go by and I'd make like a song or 2 songs, and then another month could go by. I couldn't, like, I probably wouldn't make that.
Like,
all the songs are very spontaneous, or like when I'm bored. Because I always like to work on something creatively, because I just, like it's like my playtime.
yeah,
like it's just
if
like
you're a creative person, you have to have that outlet, like
it's not. Yeah, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna have the album out by here or there or like that. Like it's just like, no, I'm just gonna work on it, see how much I can get out of it without
getting pissed
burning
off.
myself out essentially or getting sick of it.
And then when you finally finished off, like you decided, oh well, this is the album, this is what it is. Did you already have a vision of like you wanted to become a full like visual thing as well, like a multimedia thing, or was it because the songs obviously you said came around by just being stuck around messing about?
Yeah, or like it's like I'd be in bed and I'd be like, just want my hole or something like that, and then I'd be like, oh fuck, my hole. It's probably my favorite song on the album. Maybe is the one where I jumped out of bed at night and I was like, oh, and I got my headphones on and I was like, oh, fucking really, I just want my whole before I lost the
fuck
part,
you.
like,
I have questions.
of it.
I have questions in a certain order. Wait, right, hold on. Wait.
Okay.
I didn't know about this. I'm just cutting across, like.
Don't ask me no more questions from you. No more questions, right? No more questions.
Am I ruining all the good ones?
Yeah, right. Shut up, right. This is how we'll do it, right? So
Yeah,
I went from.
He's being professional now.
I went from the start to finish, and I listened to it 3 times all the way through. I've listened to some tracks more than others, but I mean, like, I literally did 3 full straight run throughs.
Yeah.
But I took some like notes, not notes like, what's the word? They're not.
You're being constructive.
No, they're not the criticism notes. They're just notes to find out like information.
No, talking points and stuff. Like that.
What's the background? What's the reason?
So for Mixed Bag, the track.
Mixed bag, baby, there's no going around it. Looks like roses, but stinks like armpits. Big fat boy with a big fat round dick.
The opening track, solid opening track. It gives us a general feeling of what you think the album is going to sound like. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what I mean? Like it makes you feel like that, right? This is the level. This is where we're at. This is what it's going to be. And then it is kind of that for like 2 or 3 tracks, the same kind of like same kind of beat, same. And then I won't even get into it yet, but you know what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you have Landlord, Ganglord, which is self-explanatory.
I'm a landlord, making more money than a ganglord, landlord. I'm raising in the ranks like I'm raising up your rent.
Satire on
housing crisis
the housing
and
crisis and stuff like that.
POV from a landlord demon.
Exactly. Like
person.
I didn't have much notes on it because it actually explains itself. There's no.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Landlord, Ganglord is known for its subtlety.
No, it's not at all. It literally says it straight out. Like,
Yeah.
There's no like trying to unlock cryptic clues there.
No, not really.
A State of Mind is probably the best production on the album.
People love it. That's like what I hear. Like a lot of people say like, oh, whatever, one of the other tracks, but A State of Mind's the one where like, people who really like music like it.
Cause I can't cope in this state of mind. It's not right, I mean mental health is on decline. Everyone else has moved on. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm addicted to the feeling of these drugs that I am on. Taking a dive so deep. Last night I pissed in my sheets, shaking like a cold turkey. Oh God, please.
It's unreal. Like the lyrics are great, but the production behind it is like there's little twinkly bits going on in the background and stuff like that. As the song progresses, and the lyrics are entirely relatable, I think, to any person over the age of 20 at the moment.
That song was like my I was like so far when I was making that, I had like a bunch of other songs that were all kind of silly. Or like really kind of aggressive and like, wow, I'll knock out Grandad, you know, shit like that. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, what can I do to make kind of a serious song? And one of my biggest criticisms about like Irish music and especially Irish hip hop are like, I know a lot of like people from that who are, or like I've met a lot of these lads who are like, you know, from kind of a working class background, who like live on the north side, like same as me in this kind of situation, who are like, you know, and they're trying to find relatable stuff to rap about, but like I know, like I'll know these guys, and the half of the stuff that they rap about, like they'll try and make it sound like it's like, oh, so yeah, you had like oh, so your dad is like an ex-drug addict, yeah, but like they're like, I was through the fucking ringer, and I was like, I was getting in fist fights with me dad, and I was like. But like, man, you're actually like you're grand, and they very much heighten that kind of that like they heighten these aspects of their life. That's pretty like, but like the kind of like the mundaneness of your life can be sad in itself. And like,
this is the thing. Do you think the aggression sells more for some reason?
Yeah, because all the other rap they know, it's like these people who have like been addicted to fucking like drugs and have been like
proper
abused abused by their parents and like. Or like was, you know, fucking was getting like knife crime and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And but like these lads have actually never been through it, but like they're just kind of pulling at strings to try and
see that's
sell themselves. Like
that is actually what I found very, very interesting about it, is that you're kind of doing the same thing, but very, very normally, as in like there's no.
It's state of mind is like it's actually because when I've lived in Fingles all my life. But I've never like, oh yeah, no, I know. And I've been friends with people from here who I'm not friends with anymore because like they've just kind of stuck around here in the estates and stuff. Or like I've lost a lot of friends to, like the estates and everything like that, and who never want to leave, never want to leave the estates, and they're stuck hanging around these estates, and that's their entire world is this estate. And everything that goes on here in this drama and stuff, it's all their entire world is encapsulated in this one tiny little area.
It is literally.
I don't know how to break from that bubble.
I know loads of people like that. Loads of people like that.
And so many people that don't know how to break from that bubble.
Yeah, their entire life is that, and
but that's not their fault neither. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
no, like and like you know, it's it's just about like. It's just kind of like
entirely relatable though.
Yeah,
when I'm like
walking by,
we know people like that. You know, everyone knows people like
that. When I'm like walking by someone, one of the lads who I always see just kind of hanging around, I'm like, what is he like? What could they be thinking about? And it's like, oh well, you know, it's like it's just kind of about someone who's like trying to break that kind of loop of being of the mundaneness of life. Like it's not about seeing people every day getting shot. Or anything like that. It's about like, oh, like especially in the past like 2 years, my mom coming in every second day and being like, oh, him down the road killed himself. He has two children. He killed himself. The amount of suicides that like I heard about and stuff in the past like couple of years is just horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous around this area, and it's like, and it's that kind of thing of just being like, oh man, like this sucks, and I don't know how to get out of it because, like, especially when you create this kind of bubble for yourself. It's so hard to pop it when that's all you know as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
I feel like there's more people.
It's not.
There's more people breaking that bubble now, but
there's more people making it. But even still,
even some of the people that are breaking it are like, they're being made feel for it. They may feel bad for fucking doing it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not.
But
It's not like
if people are making you feel bad for it, don't be anywhere near these people. They're not where you. Like that's
no. Like if you, exactly. They don't know. They don't want what's best for you. Then you know what I mean. Like, and that's
like it's just like being brought up in a certain way. And then it's only starting to change recently. It really is.
Well, like the estate of mind, the name of the song, the estate of mind, and what the subject of the song is about, is a fucking real thing. It's a real thing everywhere. Yeah. It's not just like, obviously, I know you're from Finglas, but it exists. It exists everywhere. Genuinely, like anywhere that there's that council estate, that council estate mentality, which is like you have people like what you're talking about, but then you have people who have come from, like, say, a different background, and they're going into the council estate, and they raise their kids how they were raised and stuff like that. But then you have people that just unfortunately end up kind of like not lost causes, but they literally never stood a chance because their fucking their upbringing.
It's very rare for you to not become the environment that you're surrounded with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what happens to you.
It is.
And I know people who've gone down the same road, but you know, it's different outcomes. Like people could just be like, no, like I'm just happy with having this be my life and stuff. But and that's absolutely fine and stuff. But then there's also people where it's like, no, but this is just all I know, and I don't really want to
deviate from it.
And like, what the fuck can I do about it? It's like the police don't help us. Nothing. There's nothing there to help us.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Ireland to help us. Everyone I know, like, what if I said this to them? Like, what the fuck would they think? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
the only thing that can change here is just individual people.
Do you know what? It's not.
No, a lot of time. No, it is though, because
do you know what?
You've talked to a lot of people, right? And they broke from them kind of situations, and they say, "Oh, my family don't talk to me anymore because she's off, or he or she is off doing." Basically, just earning a living for themselves and having a good time.
All my
but
family
are
from
the same
like
thing that we do, so they're not part of us anymore. Like this happens too much.
All my family are from like around these areas and stuff, and I have a big family. I have a few that like live out by Blanche and stuff like that, but I can't relate to my family at all. I can't talk to them about anything. I can't really talk to my sister about anything. I can't really talk to my mum about much stuff because they don't learn what I know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to learn what they know either. Do you know what I mean? And it creates that barrier.
Well.
It creates that barrier.
But I think what's great about it is that
it is a change.
Yeah, you have a situation where people like yourself, like other people who are in them backgrounds, who just kind of go, well, actually, fuck this. Like, fuck this. I want to do something that's different from what's fucking going on around
popular, that is.
So then eventually what will happen in the next fucking 10 to 15 years is that you'll have people that it will always be there. It will always be there. But you'll have more people fucking branching off and being like, this is not for me. This is fucking stupid. Like, do you know what I mean? Which is the same. Like, the
amount of people you meet when I was living away, the amount of people you meet, like, I'm from Finglas, and they speak the way, so if they're from that area, they're speaking anywhere in Ireland, like judge, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
But then they're like, I was just getting away from it. Like, the whole family be just stuck down to this one area. He's the one person that said, I'm going to Canada, I'm going to Australia.
Yeah.
Do it. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time that it's where to do it.
But I
do you know what I mean? But like, we get what you're saying as well. Like, it's hard as well, like, because if your whole family are from the one area, everyone's doing the same thing. You have to be that one person to branch out. Yeah. There's a good chance they're not going to want to talk to you, like, you know what I mean?
You become the black sheep a little bit, but
am I right or wrong in saying I don't know?
Not even like in a negative way. That like, but like, you know, if you start getting interested in like a certain subject that none of your family knows about, and like they just kind of know about, like, you know, there's bingo on up the road, or there's
they don't know how to handle it. Like, they don't know
this couple up the road, or like this couple up the road having a fight again, or that gaff across the road's getting raided, and you're like, oh, I'm actually don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah,
You know, and then they're like, okay, well, I don't know about any of your stuff, and you're not, like, if you're not gonna do my thing, I'm not gonna do your thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's and again, that's fine, but that's what's gonna happen. Like, I don't really have a close relationship with a lot of my family because of that.
Like you just said there,
it's not necessarily a negative thing because I do it too.
No, it's not. Like if family's gonna be like that, that's fine. But I mean, like what you just said there, like if we were going, like, someone's going to the bingo doing this and that. I feel as well like sometimes the fan be like slagging you out, or like the area be like, oh, there's the lad who goes and does that.
Oh well, yeah. Oh, 100%. I've got bullied like growing up and stuff like that.
But
yeah.
that's starting to change a little bit more from what I know. But
no, yeah, well, no, it's starting to become being creative and stuff is starting to become way more accepted because as well of famous creatives that are like young fellas from the flats, like fucking Versatile, or like those lads. Those lads, Terrence Power and someone that, you know, the guys who does that podcast.
It's hard to put yourself out there in general.
Do you know that podcast that I'm talking about? I don't listen to it, but I don't know.
The which? Sorry?
Talking Bollocks. I
know lads who talking bollocks.
You know,
they're
like,
good. They're very good.
Yeah,
actually.
like.
But
yeah,
like,
so like
where they're from,
people like
do you know
that.
what I mean? It's very hard to put yourself out into that random situation.
Yeah.
Like, you have to just make that leap.
Oh yeah.
And see what happens. You just have to make that leap and see what happens. Like, people are always going to call you fucking this, that, or the other. But especially from areas that are a bit, you're going to get it worse. Yeah. But you just have to make that leap. But now it's not as bad. It's not as bad. If you'd done that 20 years ago, if you said, no, even 10 years ago, if I'd said, me and Dean are going to sit down in a room, record record general topics, talk about shit and have a laugh, and record people that we know as well.
Oh, it's like
people would just think we're the fucking weirdest people.
And as well, it's another thing where, like, say, so your man, like, as well, for those type of lads as well, those entertainers, it's also different from, like, as well, there's different levels to it, because if you're a creative person who's not, like, relying on, you know the way like Darren Conway and stuff, like, they'll be like, they talk in the way of like how a person from English would talk, be like, give us a bag of chips, and they're like, no, I won't give you a bag of chips, you know what I mean? And like, and so people from the area will be like, class. But if I do like a sketch where I'm like in the bath naked crying, and I'm like, and I think voices are coming into my head, people from the area would be like, that fella's a fucking freak. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like what it's not.
The same area, like,
yeah, but because it's not like
So
it's not like what they know, you know what I mean? So it's not like, I've been in a couple of background episodes of Inside the K, like they were in my state all the time. In the first episode, there's a guy getting tasered. That's a guy that like lives on my street. And I was like looking out the window that night. Well, I didn't see any cameras, but there was like 18 Garda cars that night, and I remember it was very funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
And every estate has, like, I think obviously Finglas, the likes of Darndale and stuff like that are there. There's hot spots for it, like, do you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
No, not for things happening at like a regular rate.
But what you were saying there as well with the, it's if it's
kill him.
People but people in the area, if it's relatable, they'll find it funny.
Yeah.
But if we're doing it, they'll be like weirdos.
Shut up for a second, right?
Go on.
Jesus Christ.
What are you on about?
I'm telling you to shut up.
Right, go on.
Dirty L Town.
Mm-hmm.
Are we back talking about this?
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to be talking about, you fucking asshole.
The first like release that was my first release song.
I'm gonna tell you what the best line of all time is.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, mate, do you have the time? Sorry, mate, don't have the time. I've got to go. Me nanny's dying.
Me nanny's dying.
Unreal. I actually proper rewound it about
Sorry,
fucking
mate,
10
you have the
times.
time?
I was
Sorry,
like,
mate, don't have the time. Have to go. Me nanny's dying.
Dublin City summertime, keep it fresh, see the shine. Country girl, you know you're mine. Any change, hope you don't mind. Inner city with the crime. Sorry, mate, you have the time. Sorry, mate, don't have the time. I have to go. Me nanny's dying.
that's the most
class.
relatable thing of the whole album. Everyone's nanny is always dying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is.
And the fellas always ask you for the time.
They do. And then they try and rob you. That's literally
Yeah,
what happens.
exactly. It's so funny. I based that line off when I was on Westmoreland Street waiting for my bus. And Westmoreland Street, like the absolute nest of just, you know, fucking...
Inequity.
Yeah, it's like there's a mob spawner in the area or something like that, and they're just all spawning in. And some fella comes up and he goes like, look me in the eyes. You can see the tears coming out of my eyes. My son just died. Do you have €2 so I can get a can? I was like, all right, man. I was like, no, what?
So
he didn't even ask me for like, bus fare to go to the hospital or the morgue or something like that. And so I can buy a can. Just crazy. It was like he forgot the first half of the sentence.
Before we go on,
Yeah.
I have 2 notes, right, for the following tracks. And one of them was really short and one of them was really long.
Yeah.
Bosnia Man. Unreal. One word. That's it.
Let's go to Bosnia.
Unreal. That's the only word I have.
I can
That's
talk
the
about
actual notes. Bosnia Man.
I can.
Colon. Unreal. Exclamation mark.
Babe Station Banger 3000, right?
Yeah, we all know.
Because when I was listening to it, right, when I was listening to Bosnia Man, I was like, this is great. I really hope there's more of this, right? And then it goes seamlessly into Babe Station Banger 3000, right? So the note that I have is Bosnia Man gave me the shock of my life, and then when I went into this track, I nearly soiled myself. Outrageous. Because that's literally what I was thinking. But then I seen that what you did in your gig is that you did it reverse. You did Babe Station Banger first, and then Bosnia Man.
I done Bosnia Man, then Babe Station Banger.
Oh, did you?
I done Babe, yeah.
Because on your set list, it was the opposite way around.
I did fucking change that around, yeah. I think, because Babe Station Banger was after that because we need to go off for costume change.
But either way, it would have worked. Either way, like, it would have been unreal, like.
Yeah, I came back out on stage as Jesus.
Nice.
I talked about bombing Werfins with a pipe bomb and stuff, and just I was like I was just going insane on stage. I was like, please don't hold me, like, it's not. I was like, I literally have a gun in my bag in the green room, and I was gonna bring it out here, but I'm not gonna anymore because you guys are class. But I might bring it to Workman's. I might bring it to Workman's because the staff there are really rude, and I went on a big tirade about Workman's because I went to approach them at the gig first, but they never got back to me because they were like, they're idiots. And then my hype man on stage, that would have
been the natural first gig place.
And my hype man on stage was just like, not permissible in a court of law. It was brilliant. It's very funny.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
that whole fucking that transition from, because that is what I'm like as a music fan. The thing that I'm always obsessed with, and he'll tell you because he gets really, really upset with me because I go on about things that he doesn't actually give a shit about. Is
it's not don't give a shit. I just don't know.
Album intro, right? Can make or break an album for me. Like an album.
I know that.
Yeah, but an album. But I'm just saying that's where it starts off for me. Like an album intro, I could think the album is unreal, even though it's not, because the first song just reels it in, and then the rest of the album is showing. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
But if the intro is horrendous, I'm like, don't want to know about it.
Yeah,
like an album that doesn't work well.
But no, don't fucking even start.
All right.
No, but
I'll give you a few.
Genuinely the transition from, because I was literally it was my first listen through of the album, and I was standing at Malahide Train-station drinking a can of crapaki.
Brilliant. The best way to listen to it, really.
Waiting for my train, and it really was though. Like, I was like, this is great. And then it got to that, and I was so shocked by Bosnia Man, which is why I was saying that the first track makes you think you know where it's going. Yeah. And then it doesn't go that way, and then Bosnia.
Like the first 3 songs are kind of about Dublin, and it's a big like, what's up? Yeah, you're right. I love Kate and all. You know what I mean? And like that kind of thing, and like boom bap kind of West Coast vibes and stuff, and then it just goes, and then the interlude comes, and it goes from like a rap beat to a kind of a rave beat and like a riser and stuff, and then into Bosnia Man.
My Hole. The most profound message on the whole album.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
Profound
I
as
love
fuck.
My Hole.
And
I love it.
You already said that you were literally lying there one night. You said, I actually need my hole.
Yeah, essentially, I was just like, no, I just want my hole. I think I was doing the instrumental in bed, and then I came up with the just want my whole, and I was like, fuck, and I jumped up and recorded it, and I think I woke up my mom and stuff, but I had to, like, it was too good to not do it, and like that, I picture that song's music video is currently my magnum opus, like at the moment. Definitely, like it's probably the most well produced thing that we've ever worked on. Like it's awesome. I love every bar of that song. Really.
Things and get it, but I just need to find some strange. And I just want my whole. Just want my whole.
It is. It's fucking. It is. Where I just like.
So having everyone, I just be like, I just want my whole. It's just class. Like it's so. Yeah, I really love that song. I think it's yeah.
So that's your Radio Gaga. That is your Radio Gaga.
It's one of like Mixed Bag Reprise is probably my favorite off the album, but like My Whole is definitely a steady second.
Nice. What makes Reprise your favorite song? Why is that?
I'm a big like sucker for like wrap ups. So like when I made the album, I had like the last two songs that like I fully created was Mixed Bag and Mixed Bag Reprise. And that's because I was like, oh well, I have all these different songs. So as well, funny origin for the name of the album. I hadn't a clue what it was originally going to be. Voicemails from my dad, and then the theme throughout it was going to be voicemails, and that's why just like last voicemails Saigon and then voicemails from my dad was because voicemails were going to play a big part in it.
Yeah. And
then I was like, oh fuck, I don't want it to be like a concept album. It's probably the only thing I'm ever going to do, like an album wise. And then I was like, right, well, I have all these different songs where it's essentially me just messing around and trying out different like genres and different themes and different like moods and stuff. So, and I have a voicemail of me. I'm like a voice message, and I'm talking to my two good friends, Jamie and Manny, who joined me on stage at the gig. And I was like, I don't know what to call the album. Like I don't know. Like it's so many different things that it's kind of like a mixed bag. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll call it Mixed Bag. And then I just called it Mixed Bag.
That was it.
I was like, yeah. I like in the voice message, I go, actually, I'll probably call that the album Mixed Bag. Yeah, I actually don't like that name. I just call it that.
That is what it is, though. Like to be fair, that literally is what it is. Like,
see, that's the thing. There's no good way of picking a name for anything.
No.
It's hard.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's always cringy when you're trying to pick a name for something, isn't it?
Yeah. When you actually try and stuff, yeah, it is.
It's real cringy.
For me, I always found it the most satisfying part of it when you find something that fits it. So you know what your songs are. You know what the songs are going to sound like. You've made the songs, and I find that if you're making an album or like an LP or even an EP, and if you don't use, like, I know you made it, the intro track Mixed Bag, but if you don't use a name of one of the songs as your album name, it's super, super satisfying when you can find something that suits the whole thing. Like, and that's like you use the intro track as the album, but it suits it. Yeah. Down to a T.
I was like, I want a title track, and I want a beginning and an end, because at the time I didn't have the interludes and I didn't have a beginning and end, so there's no structure to it. And actually, the two interludes were once sketches, and they were like old Slim Shady LP kind of sketches. And it was like I was coming from the future, and I was like Triple XL. That's me from the future. You have to switch up the album, and I'm like, oh well, what am I gonna do? And shit like that. Yeah. They actually just kind of sucked. So I was like, I'll just do more music, because I'll just do more fucking music. And
stands out then.
Yeah, and So then I done from when I first made the album, I wanted a medley, which was like, it was kind of like, like a wrap up of all the other songs, like using lyrics from different songs. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, how will I do this? Because I love medleys and musicals. Like the South Park movie does it has a song where they have all the songs in one. Yeah. And like, I think Les Mis does as well. Like all different musicals have them. And so I was like, oh, I want to do that. And so, but I couldn't. And I was like contacting this guy who also produced music. And I was like, hey man, do you want to, but then I was like, oh fuck, then I'm getting like one person on for like the last song. And it's just like, then it's not really all me again. And it wasn't like an ego thing, but it was just kind of like, oh fuck, well, I think I should just try and do it.
Do you want to finish it kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. I've done this all on my own, so I don't want to bring in help at the last bit and just be like, oh fuck, And then when people are like, was all
it's
you?
Gonna be, it's gonna be good or it's gonna be shit. You want it just yours.
I want for me to be to blame as well.
Stamp.
Yeah. And so then I was like, fuck it, I'll do the instrumental from the first song, just make it beefier. And I add like a bit of a drum kick and stuff in there, a bit more of like a guitar riff and stuff, and like it really worked. It's my favorite instrumental on the album just because of how funky it is. And then just like the last verse just kind of sums up the album. It's just why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Because it's like, couldn't cope with our state of mind, so we went to Dublin City in the summertime. It was a dirty old town with a good bit of crack. Cabret is active and up the flats. And but
it literally brings everything into it.
Yeah,
like from
scumbag landlords, Bosnian dance floors, Annie Rock Pal, come round back. Voicemails up, he's asking, how's your man? It's like every single bit of every single song is in it, and that's why I really like it. I'm just a sucker for like real wholesome kind of wrap up things.
Same.
Yeah. I really hate cynical stuff. Like I really hate when people are fucking cynical, and just like kind of like Rick and Morty types. We're on a floating rock on Earth and nothing means anything. It's just the most stupidest way to think about anything ever. And it's just like it's about like a glass half full, and some of these situations are horrible and stuff, but like it's life is a mixed bag, and like they don't tell us that, but it is that, and it's really about like making. The most of like your kind of situation,
You can't just fucking hide from it, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Like life is the thing that it's going to keep on going. It's like, so you better make the best of it rather than.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. You're on the right. You get it 100% down to a T.
Yeah, and so that's why I wanted it.
Talking this about it.
He ruined it. All I was thinking to myself there when you were talking was, this is going to be the perfect outro to your interview.
How did I ruin it?
And he fucking ruined it. He actually ruined it. You just talked, you spoke, you opened your mouth.
We'll run it back.
I spoke.
Cameron, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on with us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being here.
I appreciate you coming on and talking absolute... no, just listen to us. You talked what you needed to talk, but you also had to listen to us in between. So we do appreciate that, and we do look forward to having you on in the very, very near future.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good evening.
This podcast was a bit of a mixed bag itself.
Definitely.
It is.
That is how it is.
You get it.
Sometimes we talked about things. Sometimes we talked about other things.
We talked about plenty of things.
Which is what podcast is, really.
Sometimes we talk about other things. That is
simple. That's the Wetbrain Cheeks way.
Say that. Sorry, baby, I'm a mixed bag, but that's part of life, and then I'd say that.